I was wearing a t-shirt because the tractor was hot. Turned the heater off. It's hot. Opened the back window, got some snow on me, felt great. Ready? Smithville Board of Aldermen meeting is now called to order. Please stand and join me for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, I'll second.
Any discussion? Those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Next item is the city administrator's report.
Mayor, I would,
And we got snow.
pardon, we got snow.
That's a paragraph.
With everyone else, yeah. I do want to provide a little bit of update actually on where we are with our snow or storm response. As was noted in the city administrator's report, we were prepared for the storm. We also have a brand new street superintendent who was slated to start today. So he started on Friday and was baptized by snow and ice. He was in communication with Chuck, Chief, and I throughout the weekend. Really pleased with the response of our public works crews, all departments in the city working together. Operations began Thursday and Friday in the preparation that I had kind of indicated in the existing city administrator's report. We pre-treated city streets as well as US 69, 169 rather, in the areas that MoDOT had not treated. So we spent quite a bit of time assisting them as well. Crews reported in at about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and they started salting hills and major intersections as ice began to accumulate. They did respond to several calls for icy patches and things like that, working with the police department on helping them in responses. We did have an incident on Saturday afternoon, late afternoon. One of our police officers was involved in an incident that we are submitting the information to NPR. The officer's okay, but we think that the vehicle will be totaled. Around 7 o'clock, working with the police department, we did make the call to close Highway 92 westbound. There were just issues there, lots of issues. So it had become impassable. By early Sunday morning, we had received 3 to 4 inches of snow, and they began plowing operations. As the visibility became more and more limited at about 8:30, they shut down those operations till about 11, till they were able to safely operate again. When we were down at those times, operators were able to get some rest. Operations recommenced around 11 o'clock. We estimate about 13 inches of snow, and crews remained on shift until yesterday at 4 o'clock. Again, we alternated with some crews to allow for some rest periods. Today, our Public Works utility crew, as well as Parks and Recreation staff, worked to clear the downtown area of snow. We don't typically clean the downtown, but when you have 13 inches of snow that's blocking a significant area, and as you come through, those windrows and drifts become quite high. So they worked in concert to remove as much as they could from the downtown area as well to make those sidewalks accessible. We have used approximately 150 tons of salt in response, as well as 343 staff hours. That's staff hours. Then our contractor, RNS Landscaping, also assisted in Harborview, Rollins Landing, Wildflower, Greyhawk, Hills of Shannon, Emerald Ridge, and Ashmont. And they had they were out similar times as to when our staff was. In addition to the work that we did on our roads, about 10 man hours were spent over the course of the storm plowing and treating US 169, especially the intersections 188th, 180th, Hospital Drive, 92, and Commercial, as people continued to travel there. So we worked to provide that assistance as we could. We are low on salt because of the amount that we used. We had placed an order prior to the weekend, and we anticipate delivery of 75 tons later this week, either Wednesday or Thursday, and another delivery next week. So we also know that that's the news that we've got. We also know we're a small organization, and we hope we don't get supplanted by those larger groups. But we've been committed that a Wednesday, Thursday delivery is what we're expecting. I heard some comment earlier, there is a chance, and I think the chance is reducing daily, but continue to monitor the situation for another event on Friday morning. This was, I don't think we're going to top this one for a little while, but we'll see. Did also want to let you know that Chief provided some information from 2 p.m. Saturday to 2 p.m. Monday. We had 5 calls for motorist assist, 4 motor vehicle crashes, and 2 traffic obstructions. So I want to completely provide thanks to our police and public works crews for the efforts and the work that they put in. This is a massive storm, and we've received minimal number of calls and complaints about the snow removal. And by really by the I'm trying to think when we've touched every street. And that was really by Sunday evening. So very proud of the effort that the staff put forth. So in addition to winter storm response, I will note also, there were some comments on social media about the city's GIS snow route or GIS system and snow routes. Just wanted to make sure that you all were aware and kind of correct that information. Our GIS website does have a snow removal layer, and it provides that information and indicates who has responsibility for clearing each of those areas. It outlines priority 1 and priority 2 and when those happen, but we do want to ensure that public does know that we don't have a snowplow tracker on that. So it doesn't show that. That's a significant cost that we don't have at this point in time. I know Lawrence had it, a lot of the larger areas do, but we have not. Also, GFL Trash and Recycling, they continue to post updates on their social media, but they keep in constant communication with staff. I also want to thank Gina for her efforts throughout the storm and providing updates. She's the one that was working to update the information on our website and on Facebook as to where we were on things. GFL operation crews were out today and collected everything that was out and safely accessible. They'll continue to revisit areas throughout the week. So we encourage people to place their trash out on their normal pickup day. The only day that has been delayed at this point was Monday. So if you're missed, please leave the bins out until collected. And then non-snow related, we did note personnel updates and excited to have staffing there. I did want to note in the original city administrator's report, I didn't delete a 0 on some information that I had. And so our current vacancies in the police department is not 20, it's 2. So we are down to 2 with the addition of staffing that we have there. And then one final thing, we have been working with the consultant on the South Overlay Project. And the public comment website for the South Employment Overlay District will be published on social media tomorrow. Gina was testing that and making sure it was all working this afternoon. The public comment period will will be open through January 31st. This is a goal outlined in the comprehensive plan for high-level view of the community's vision for the South area, the South employment area. And the plan is to encourage specific types of development based on feedback from the community. Mayor, I believe that is my report. I didn't miss anything, did I, guys? Okay.
Awesome.
I have a question. Back to the treatment we did on MoDOT's roads. Are we looking at getting like salt back from them or anything?
A lot of roads that they have to take care of anyway. And it's our residents mostly that are using those roads, and our police department and our staff responding to the traffic jams because nobody else can. So I said, instead of just letting it go and letting MoDOT come in 10 hours later, let's do what we can to keep it open as best we can. We did a lot of work, a lot more than we've normally done in the past, but it saves us time because we don't have to keep going out there for all the people that get stuck and the police department call and people can't do anything. So we're just trying to take care of this community.
No, I
So-
appreciate that. I was just curious if we could
And
have them.
Chuck and
replace
I
our
did have
salt
the
was the only
discuss-
thing I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
Chuck and I did have the discussion that if we were delayed in getting salt or things like that, that we would have some conversation with them of, hey, can we get some? So I think, if we have issues like that, we'll have those conversations.
And I will let you know, I believe probably the vast majority of that work done was at request of our department as problems popped up, and it was more of a safety concern than a convenience. It was getting cars out of the way and moved and off the road before things got worse.
I appreciate that, but I'm just
Mhm,
thinking,
mhm, yeah,
We do
we
too.
understand. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so.
Chuck, one question for you. First of all, hats off to your crew, to the Parks Department. I mean, I think all of us as aldermen feel like you guys in your staff did an amazing job. I really appreciate, and I'm curious to see if you've had any feedback from the crews on the brine pretreatment. I think it's a good idea. You're out there doing that. Have you had any feedback from your staff on if that makes a difference on scraping it up later on?
Over the last couple of years, we've had it for a couple of years now, and they have said that it's made a difference in getting some of that layers off. And you can see it melting a lot, just from the sun, the traction and stuff like that, just this afternoon. So I do think it helps break that bond. It's not gonna get it all off, and, it's very, very sensitive or temperamental about when you put it on, and we had dry weather before, so that was good to get it on. So yeah, I think overall it helps. Everybody's doing it for sure, so, but I think it's helped from just letting it fall on the ground and then never getting it off, because
Right.
that ice really sticks.
No, it does. And then follow up, are we just using regular road salt or are we treating any of that with a chemical to kind of help, or is that just
We're just using regular rock salt.
Okay,
Mhm,
okay.
calcium chloride.
something, I guess, to think about in the future?
Yep.
They're big investments, but they also, I think, make a difference, but it's what we got right now, so
Yep,
it works.
Yep.
And I did also want to let you all know, we're still kind of in the response mode, the very tail end of that. Have talked with departments and I'm asking them on an individual basis to kind of recap how we've done. And next week at management team, we'll do kind of a regroup. This is the biggest snow event we've had in quite some time. It gives us an opportunity to kind of step back, reassess that situation and identify some possible areas of change. And that may mean that we'll have some discussions with you all in the future as far as priorities and things like that. So stay tuned.
Sounds good. Any other questions for Cynthia or Chuck or anybody? Cool. Chuck, pass on our appreciation to everybody, and Jason do the same. I know Matt's not here, but I know his guys are out there working too, so. Filling up dump trucks and everything they could do, so. Cool. All right, next item is number 5. Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3048-25, rezoning 16,000 North 169 Highway, second reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, I'll second.
Thanks. Any discussion?
Mayor, I am going to abstain from this vote.
Cool. You can go stand outside until we're done. Clerk, please call roll.
You wanted to stay.
Alderman Russell,
Oh, aye.
Alderman Atkins,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Alderman Shipley,
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
5 with 1 abstain.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance changing the zoning classifications or districts of certain lands located in the city of Smithville, Missouri, located at 16,000 North 169 Highway.
Thank you. Next item on agenda number 6, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3049-25, amending conceptual plan for Lakeside Farms, second reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, I'll second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Shipley,
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Alderman Hartman,
Aye.
Alderman Atkins,
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance approving an amendment to a conceptual zoning plan for Lakeside Farms on certain lands located in the city of Smithville, Missouri.
Next item is number 7, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3050-25, rezoning 800 Northwest 92nd Highway, second reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, will second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
Alderman Shipley.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance changing the zoning classifications or districts of certain lands located in the city of Smithville, Missouri, located at 900 Northwest 92 Highway.
Thank you. Next item has 2 readings. So first one, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3051-25, fiscal year 2025 budget amendment number 3, emergency ordinance sponsored by Mayor Boley for our first reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, will second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, I have a question.
Yep.
And I know Cynthia, you and I discussed this before, but I wonder if we have any other ones that we know of that are hanging out from 2024 that we're going to need to, or that we're watching to possibly have to amend again.
Our original budget included several changes, and then in our first amendment, we had some changes. I think, I heard some mumbling over here. We may have 1 or 2 more. And I don't think any of them. Yeah. Related to discussion later. Yeah. So, yes.
Okay, thank you.
We gotta do budget amendments, keep the budget and auditors happy and healthy, right? And we didn't know how many piles of stuff are in the pile until you dig it up, right, Chuck? I mean, if you got a better way to guess the pile that's underground mostly, then I guess you could probably make some good money doing that, right? Let's guess the pile size. All right, any other discussion? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Shipley.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 operating budget to add $264,465.95 to the combined water and water systems fund.
Thank you. Same bill, second reading, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3051-25, fiscal year 2025 budget amendment number 3, emergency ordinance sponsored by Mayor Boley for our second reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, will second.
Thank you. Any discussion? No? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
Alderman Shipley.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 operating budget to add $264,465.95 to the combined water and wastewater systems fund.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is number 9, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3052-25, ballot language for a 0.5% public safety sales tax, first reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, will second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Shipley.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
No.
5-1.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance of the city of Smithville, Missouri imposing a sales tax for public safety purposes at the rate of 0.5% pursuant to section 94.903 RSMO and providing for submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the city for their approval at the April 8, 2025 election.
Thank you. Next item, number 10, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Resolution 1436, preliminary plat for Lakeside Farms.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving Resolution 1436, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is number.
Mayor, should I read it
Oh,
the
yeah, go
second
for
time?
it. Go ahead.
An ordinance of the city of Smithville, Missouri imposing a sales tax for public safety purposes at the rate of 1/2% pursuant to section 94.903.
Already did that one.
We did that one.
Yeah. It was only one.
I am
Cynthia.
so sorry. I was thinking we had it in
I wanted to
emergency.
hear you read it for the whole long, because the bill, the bill is longer than the ballot length, so I just wanted to hear you read it. That's all right. Cynthia's got a birthday coming up, you know, it's thinking about driving home tonight in this weather and she likes reading resolutions. All right, next item, number 11.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Resolution 1437, credit card processing.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, I'll second.
Any discussion? It's number 11, Cynthia, just so you know where we're at. Chuck, can you keep a track, please? Thanks. All right, all those in favor of approving resolution 1437, say aye.
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 All opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, Rick, you got more work to do. Programming terminals is always fun. Trust me. All right, number 12, Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Resolution 1438, change order number 1, water treatment plant residual cleanout.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, I'll second.
Residuals, Chuck. So much more fun than salt.
Dirty job.
At least you didn't have to use a bucket. All right, any discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution 1438, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Any public comment? They all left. They don't want to deal with the snow either, I guess. Any new business? And we need a motion to adjourn to executive session, please.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant to section 610.021, 1 and 2, Missouri State Statute.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Kibelski. Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Shipley.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
6-0.
Stand adjourned executive session.
Yeah, sorry, we thought half of that was gonna be.